It's 8 o'clock. We're going to call this meeting to order. Maybe you all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Maybe remain standing for a moment of silence. All right, amen. Any announcements or correspondence from the board or any department heads?
No.
No.
We do not have any meeting guests at this time. The minutes for the regular meeting for 12/22 will be tabled for our next meeting. And as far as the agenda, let's have a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved. We'll need a second.
I will. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I will second.
All right. Discussion on the agenda. I need to add under administration new business number 2, set inventory meeting. And then fire.
Yeah, I have just 2 things under fire, donation acceptance and a resignation.
You can't call them in favor until she puts you in. Right?
Well, yeah, no, we worked through all this. and then-
Okay.
Yeah. So we're still on the agenda, so she can control the meeting at this point. Motion acceptance and resignation.
Yep.
You have anything else?
No. No.
You, Chief? Does anybody else have anything? You guys need to call for a roll call then?
All right. Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
I know you include Kevin
Oh,
in that too. 'Cause he's-
all right, sorry. I thought
Yes.
you said- No, let's redo it. Okay. Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes,
motion passed.
there we go.
All right. Acknowledgement for any purchase orders.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase orders as presented.
So moved.
So I'll second that then. And then you just call roll call.
All right, roll call for Sue.
Yes.
Oh, I have to do Kevin.
Yes.
Even though you're abstaining. Okay.
Abstain.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed. And then a motion to acknowledge warrants.
I move to approve warrants as presented. Give me a second.
Second.
All right, roll call. Kevin,
Abstain.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. And any public comments? And we have 2. Remember, you have 3 minutes. And Mr. Daniel Morris.
My name is Dan Mars. Most of you all know me. Former candidate for Brimfield Township trustee. And my address is 1944 Old Forge Road. It's recently been brought to my attention that trustee Nick Koya made a Facebook post dated December 12th that presented some facts about Tom Johnson and me. It seemed to insinuate that our campaigns were being influenced by certain donors. Joe from Joe's Barbecue then shared the post, and Kevin Scott validated it with his comment, "Truth, facts, reality, perfect." So while you posted some facts, you did not have all the facts. I cannot and will not speak for Tom since I do not know him well or his arrangements, but I will speak for myself. Referencing Kevin's comment, there is some truth, there are some facts, but the reality is quite different from what was presented. When I started my campaign, I approached or I was approached by a number of people that wanted to support my efforts to run for trustee. Many of these people offered to contribute money. At no point did anyone have any expectations of receiving anything in return for their donation other than knowing they were a part in making Brimfield a better community. To keep track of these donations and to track expenses, I recruited one of the most trustworthy and detail-oriented people in Brimfield to serve as my campaign treasurer. Patty Haryoung has accounted for every cent that has been donated. There has been no questionable donations or expenditures. Kevin, your campaign was mainly founded on the need for farms to be preserved and limit developers from taking farmland.
No. No.
Well, that's what I got from it. One of your major contributors, however, lives in a housing development that until the early 2000s was a farmer's field. Now, using that same flawed logic that was used in Nick's Facebook post, you could be defined as a hypocrite for taking his money. Now, did you promise anything in return for his donation? I don't believe that you did, and I certainly do not consider you a hypocrite. Nick, you seem to be fairly proud of the fact that you funded your own campaign as if that makes you unable to be influenced. You accuse me of taking money from someone that doesn't live in our township, that has business interests here. Ironically, you are in the same situation. Joe, who does not live in Brimfield, but has developed a business here, has certainly helped your campaign. While I'm unaware of any monetary contributions, he certainly has contributed his endorsement and advertising, which surely has a value. You've been vocal in the support of his business.
That is time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Typically, we don't as a board, but your board members can.
Dan, first of all, the gentleman that donated to me is a resident,
I'm aware
and
of that.
he's not a developer.
He also
He
donated
is,
to me.
he is a business owner in the township, so. And I did not run on the fact that I'm preserving farmland. Was running on the fact that zoning was out of control with the appeals. So, yes. I guess you're trying to say that we're saving the farmland by not giving appeal or variances to all the people that come in from outside. So the difference between what you're saying and what I'm saying is the guy that donated to me is a neighbor that lives here, has a business in Brimfield. The guy that you took money from or was donated to your campaign, you didn't take it, but he donated to you, was an outside source who's got variances in the
Much
past.
like Joe.
Joe is not a developer. Joe,
Did he build a building in the center of Brimfield?
he is a restaurant owner, business owner.
He built a building and developed that business in Brimfield.
Well,
He's a much smaller developer, but he is still a developer.
okay, well, and my post on there was that there is a a Facebook page that confesses that it's truth and accountability, and they put all kinds of stuff on there without actual facts. Nick
And I don't have any,
just posted the facts of the election board, so
well,
that's all.
facts are a funny thing.
Yes, they are. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right, we will move on to any,
Is there
oh,
a-
no, there's one
Another
more.
one.
Sorry. Mr. Bill Mars.
Thank you. I'm Bill Mars, 1943 Old Forge Road, and I would like to yield the balance of my time to Dan to finish his comments.
So, as I said, I'm unaware of any monetary contributions, but that you've made towards Joe. But he has certainly, well, you've been vocal in support of his business. Now, is this how you return a favor? Again, I would hope not, but using the logic of your Facebook post, it could be conceivable. The donations that you question are from the DeHoff family. As much as I appreciate the unsolicited contribution, I have not made any agreement, promise, or suggestion of help of any kind. Quite frankly, I've never even met or spoken to them. If they were standing in this room, I wouldn't even know who they were. Ironically, the donations were not received until the very end of the election, so they have not even been used. According to the campaign finance law, the money has to either be used for my future campaign or donated to a charity. Currently, the donations are sitting in my campaign account until I decide what should be done with those donations. If I donate the money to a local charity, should they decline the money because of where it came from? The bottom line is that one way or another, all the donations to my campaign are for the betterment of Brimfield. So my purpose in coming here is to respond in person instead of contributing to the social media theater that you claim to dislike. If I can use your words, enough is enough. I take my integrity very seriously. It appears that you have made some slanderous posts and then blocked me from your page so that everyone can see them except me. So now is the test of your integrity. There are a number of ways that you can respond. You can choose to attack me again, or you could simply do nothing. The most appropriate action, however, would be an apology that is just as public as your original post. Whether you do say, or whatever you do, will say more about you than it does about me. Either way, I know the truth, the facts, and the reality. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
I'd like to respond again if I can. The same company reached out to me and I denied the donation.
All right, we will move. If there is any last minute comments, anyone? No? If not, we will move on to safety concerns. Any safety concerns from the departments?
No.
No? No? All right, we will move on to our business portion. And I would like to make a motion for a nomination from the floor for board chairman.
So moved. I would like to nominate Nick Kawhi as the chairman of the board.
I will second.
All right, roll call. Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes, I will accept the nomination.
All right, motion passes.
All right, I'll take over as chairman of the board and continue the remainder of the meeting. Jasmine, thank you for getting us started today. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right, I will now entertain a motion for the board vice chairman for Brimfield Township.
I would like to nominate Kevin Scott as vice president of the board.
I will second that. Roll call, please.
All right, Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, now entertain a motion for nomination of the police department liaison.
I would like to make a motion for Nick to be
Second.
liaison.
All
I'll
right,
second that motion.
All right, roll call.
Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Now entertain a motion for the nomination of fire department liaison. Anybody want to do fire?
I'll do it.
You want to switch over from fire, or I'm up with whatever you want to do. All right, I'll make a motion to nominate Kevin as the fire department liaison.
Second.
All right,
Roll call?
Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Entertain a motion for the nomination of road department liaison.
I nominate Kevin Scott.
I will second.
Roll call?
Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I will now make a nomination for the cemetery, or accept the nomination for cemetery liaison.
I will make a motion for Sue Fields.
I will second.
All right, roll call. Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
We now have a nomination for administration liaison. So I'll take a nomination for this.
Can I nominate myself?
You nominate yourself.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
All right. I'll second for discussion. Administration's kind of changed over the years. Do we want to pull zoning out of this and just have a zoning liaison and then an administration liaison? Or do we want to keep them together? Just kind of point of discussion on that.
And discussion, what we've run into, my opinion, we have a number of employees who are no longer with us within the admin part. And so we have maybe maybe 3 people at the most that is in admin now due to our loss. And so we have to rethink that. I still want to work with admin. I don't know that we need a monthly meeting because what are we going to talk about? There's only 3 people. I would suggest that if I'm the liaison for this admin, that I would talk to these people one-on-one as to what's going on. Because otherwise I have no input as to what's happening in the township.
Well, I mean, we all have input on the board. Kevin, do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that zoning should have their own liaison. Just due to the fact that it's such a hot item.
Yeah, it's a large piece.
It's a large piece of that puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, I've been with zoning for a number of years now.
Right.
And I would like to continue with that. I would be willing to work with Chief Mosley on that. And one-on-one conversation with you with things happening or whatever. And with Mike, and have meetings with you and Mike and me and whatever.
Do we want to separate them out then, or do we want to just keep them together? I guess that's the question there. Because we had them together, then we had separated. I know we're going through a transition, and there's some ideas floating out there of what the rest of 2026
I
will
would
look
like to, separate them. Zoning is a very meaty type of a area to work with. And there's enough there. I've got things here that I want to talk about today too with zoning.
So I'd like to so we'll table the current motion on the floor to make a secondary motion. So motion to amend the agenda to have a vote to separate administration from zoning
So moved.
and, hang on one second, and a nomination for the zoning liaison.
Okay.
So we got a motion, I will second that. Roll call for vote on the agenda change.
All right, Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
So now we're back to a motion that's on the floor for administration. It would only be for administrator, IT, Parks and Rec, all the administration offices outside of zoning. The motion that sits on the floor is Sue would be that liaison. Is there any changes to that motion?
So then, would Jenny switch over to,
Jenny is part of zoning, so
okay.
she would be
So
part of
that
the zoning
just
piece.
leaves like 2 people. All right.
Do we want to do, Sue, do you just want zoning? Is that what you want to work with?
I would like to work with zoning, yeah.
I wouldn't mind, since I gave up fire department, to move into the admin role and cover the admin piece, and then you cover the zoning piece.
Okay, I'd be all right with that.
So I'd like to amend that motion to have Nick as the administration liaison. Can I get a second?
I will second.
All right, roll call?
All right, Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
Now I'd like a motion for the nomination of zoning liaison.
So moved. I
guess-
would like
Sue.
that to be me.
Okay, so Sue nominates herself. I will second. Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
We need approval, I need a motion to approve the meeting schedule for the cemetery board. What is the meeting schedule?
Well, what we have, we are a subcommittee, the
Okay.
cemetery is. And we've had, due to our financial situations that we ran into since July of this year, we have not had any meetings. I don't think we need a meeting any more than once every 4 months.
Okay.
So, but we want to be sure that we have a meeting early in the spring because we'll be talking about the Memorial Day information. And then we need one in the fall for Labor Day, or the Brimfest if we have that.
Okay.
And if anything comes up in the meantime, we could always call one if we need it.
So do we need the board's approval, Board of Trustees approval to set that? Since you're a subcommittee, I think you can set your own meeting dates.
Okay.
So we'll just leave that up to you, so we don't have to have a
Okay.
motion on the floor for that. All right,
We will be having a meeting in January to kick off the year and get a recap of what all happened last year.
okay. Yeah, just once you have the meeting, bring it back to the board.
Okay.
Trustees meeting, fill us in.
Okay.
All right, I need a motion to approve the following legal counsel as needed. It'll be Greg Beck, Chad Murdoch, Deemert and Associates, and Zashin and Rich.
Do we, I make that motion, but do we need to have the county prosecutor on that list too?
I will second your motion for discussion.
Okay,
County prosecutor is automatically our legal counsel, so this is who we pay for.
okay.
But I'd like to discuss this with Jasmine some too. Do we need some type of trigger that says at a certain point we need approval from you and or the board for the use of the legal services? I know our legal bills can get up there. We get a lot of money out. How do we want to handle that? Because we have a whole list of people here. At what point do we need approval? Are you not concerned about it? How do we want to handle that?
I think if it's going to be a lengthy process where we'll rack up billing hours, then it's something we probably should discuss in advance.
Okay.
Especially if it's gonna be something costly. But other than that, if it's like a quick phone call or whatever, I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
I guess the question I have is how do you define that? I mean, for example, we use Zashin and Rich, and I just kind of use them on an as-needed basis, usually for labor relations kind of stuff, employment law related stuff, but it's just kind of periodic, but there could be something that could potentially be, I don't know if we want to use the term costly, we're using terms there, I just kind of want to get a clarity on what that means. I mean, if we're approving them as a council to use them for the year, and I pay for that on my budget, as long as I'm managing it for my budget appropriately, I'm not sure why I would need to come back to the board to ask for that.
I think it's more on the admin side, not so much the police side.
Okay, I got you.
I've watched that admin one kind
Oh,
of go
yeah.
up and up.
Okay.
And there's been reasons for it, but as we're in this tight financial situation that we're going to discuss later, I just want to see how do we
Sure.
handle that best for checks and
Okay,
balances.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, so it wasn't directly related to your budget or your budget, you know your budgets. It's more on that admin, when we start making those admin calls, how do we balance that?
Okay.
So,
Well, how will anyone know if they make a phone call if it's gonna be a 15-minute phone call or turns into a 3-hour phone call? And after you've made the phone call, how do you get permission to make the phone call?
yeah. I think, are we doing blanket POs?
Not a lot, no.
Is there like a blanket PO for legal?
No, there hasn't been no blanket POs for legal.
Okay. I guess any projects need to come before the board, I guess is the best way to say that, right? So if I call Deemert and Associates and say, hey, I want you to work on developing this contract, that should come before the board instead of just a board member asking for that, because that's gonna be a higher expense. If it's, hey, I got a legal question, can I do this at a meeting, or how do we handle this email, that would be more internal. Does that make sense?
Understood. Can we table it?
Yeah, we can table it.
Yeah, let's table it.
Okay,
Okay.
and I just wanted to get it out there for discussion to figure out how we handle it.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so, but we do have the motion on the floor to utilize the following legal counsel.
So moved.
So I need a roll call for approval.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
I need a motion to retain Chase as the 2026 Township Financial Institution.
I'll make the motion.
second.
Discussion, are we still good with Chase, Jasmine?
I mean, we're good. I mean, do we
I-
have?
I
know
have a
you
question.
had a question about
Okay.
it.
Why do we not use the bank that's 500 feet down the road?
So I can tell you from past reasons is they have a financial capability that works better with what we do. I wouldn't be opposed to looking at it, but the way it was explained to me 8 years ago was, and I've seen this in business, some banks work better with small business entities, some work better with large business entities. Chase had a better understanding of government finance, which is a little bit different than business finance. Doesn't mean we couldn't explore an option.
Well, you know, Chase goes into JP Morgan,
Mhm.
and I'm looking at the volume. Hopefully, the money that we have coming in is substantial.
Right.
I'd rather have them handle that than locally.
Right.
My concern is that Hometown Bank does a lot for Brimfield.
Yeah.
They're always contributing, they're always helping out, they're our neighbors. I know that we have a Chase branch, but that's corporate America.
Right.
I think if Hometown Bank could service us, I think that would be a neighborly thing to do, is use the guy that's 500 feet from our front door.
I'm not opposed to it. I
But-
would always just kick back to fiscal and say that, ask them, hey, do they have the capabilities that you need, the technology you need?
I can reach out. I'll reach out to them.
Doesn't matter to you, you're the one doing the banking.
That's,
As long as it works for fiscal, I'm happy.
I mean, how about I talked with them? I just want to know their capabilities and things of that nature. Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay. All right,
So I think what we could do is maintain them for now. Any of these motions we can change in the
Okay.
future. One motion is just as powerful as the next. So
Okay.
she can come back in March and be like, nope, I really want to change the hometown bank.
okay,
We do that.
sounds good.
Okay.
All right,
So we have a motion on the floor and a second. Roll call for acceptance.
all right, Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Nick,
Yes.
all right, motion passed.
I'll entertain a motion to approve administration office hours of Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., excluding holidays, and keeping the office located at 1333 Talmadge Road.
I'll make that motion.
second.
Motion and a second. Roll call for acceptance?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the utilization of the official Brimfield Township, Ohio website and social media account for statutory notice requirements.
second. No, I'd make the motion, right?
Yep.
You want a motion, you got it.
Make the motion. I'll second that. Kevin, this was a cost saver for us, just to catch you up. We used to have to advertise every meeting in the newspaper. Now we don't have to. The Ohio legislature changed that in '25.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. My question is, well, we got something from OTA the other day about the websites. They build them now, I guess, or whatever. I don't know if you read that.
I saw that email.
Our website's a mess. I don't know who's in charge of how that thing is a mess.
So we outsourced that to a third party. Joe's not a developer.
Right, I'm
Like,
not saying he is, but whoever is running that thing, they need an eraser to clean that whole thing off and start over. You can't find information on there. I don't know why we have meetings that are scratched out and replaced with red. And the parks and rec, it's hidden in the back. You can't find anything. It's a mess. So whoever is doing that, I'm not too proud to be involved with that webpage because it's a mess. I can't find anything on there. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that same email that came through, so,
Yeah, they had a discounted developer.
yeah, some of them are utilizing, so, yeah.
Yeah, because they give a bulk rate discount. So Joe, I don't know if you saw the email. OTA has a developer that they've contracted with to help all townships essentially. So they said, hey, if multiple townships jump on board, we can develop or change your website for a discounted rate is essentially what they were offering down there.
And one of the things that really I don't understand is even today's meeting was not on that website. And what was on there was meetings from December and November and October. Those are all gone. The public doesn't need to know what we did 2 months ago. They need to know what we're doing this morning. So, like I say, that whole thing seems like it's upside down. No, I'm talking about the meetings. Like,
Talking about the
if you
minutes?
pull that up today,
You talking about the minutes, Kevin?
no, I'm talking about on the
Oh.
webpage.
So he's saying, so any meetings for 2026 could not go on the website until we make that motion.
You haven't approved them yet.
Because they haven't done today.
Right, but just announcing the meeting of today.
Oh,
It's
today's
not-
meeting.
It's not on there.
Today's meeting was added 2 weeks ago when you voted on it. It's there.
It's not on the list. It's on the map, or it's on the calendar. It's not on the list. What's on the list is the
So
last meeting.
you know how you do the tabs at the top, 23, 24, 25? It sounds like maybe the 26 tab wasn't up there.
I'm talking about the first home page.
Oh, on the homepage.
Yeah, if you pull up the home page, today's meeting is not on there. It wasn't as of a day or two ago.
I don't really care. We can get together afterwards.
Okay. We need an eraser. Clean that thing off, because it's a mess.
So right when you go to the homepage, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I
See, right there on the left-hand side.
Yep, and it's
And
all,
it's all the old meetings.
Yeah, those are updates, those are news updates that need to be put in by somebody needs to go in and manually make some type of a news update on that, so.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of hidden underneath the calendar over here.
Right.
This is linked to any news.
Oh, there's a lot of hidden stuff on there. It's a mess.
Okay,
So as long as we can get it straightened out, I'm fine with it. But
okay.
you know, I just know that I'm involved and I search for things and it's hard to find. The average person is going to be like, well, okay, I can't find it. I have better things to do. So it needs to be easy on the eyes, and that's not. So yeah, so wherever we're at here.
So right now, we still have a motion on the floor to approve utilizing the website and social media account for statutory purposes. So we have a motion in a second. And then you can work with Joe to talk about how we do some changes. And then Joe, I would just say, you and Joe bring it back to the board of what the changes look like.
That's fine.
All right, roll call for notifications.
All right, Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the temporary budget for 2026 as submitted by the fiscal officer.
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussions? This is just our temporary appropriations, the final numbers are put together. So roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve to pay the township trustees and fiscal officer monthly as determined by the 2026 annual budget per the Ohio Revised Code.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussions? Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, now we're into board and committee assignments for 2026. I'll entertain a motion and a nomination of a primary and alternate representative to the Portage County Development Board. For discussion, Sue, you had been on this board in the past. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Portage Development Board meetings are and what we accomplish there?
This, the Portage Development Board is countywide. Representatives there are from all different companies, like the medical school, the colleges, and it's got manufacturing companies there. And what we run into, we meet like maybe three to four times a year. And I go to those. They have speakers that come in from, for example, we had United Way and we had Goodwill, and we have different companies that come in and present their product. They present what they do, how they work within the community. And Brad Earhart is the director of that whole program. And what he does, he goes and visits these companies. Then at the end of the year, they have like Celebrate Portage, and they have different things that they present to all the communities together to really focus on the growth, who moves out and who moves in. And they worked with Kenda that came into Brimfield, and they worked with the medical school or the social thing from veterans. Oh, and that veterans is now open. And I find that with Brimfield being a part of that we're making a good inroads to the county as a whole. And also, Brimfield Township was invited to be part of that board, and you're looking at possibly 200 people that are on that board, or on that committee that meets every 3 months. But what we do as Brimfield Township, we are the only township that is represented of that whole board, because we are the largest township and we're very active in what we do here. So, did you have something to say?
I just want, yeah, if you don't mind, you mentioned that Celebrate Portage is part of the Portage Development Board. It is not. It's actually a separate thing. It actually came out of leadership Portage County, and they started the Celebrate Portage. I mean, they, you know, so that
Yeah,
is a
you've
different
got,
program.
okay.
Yeah, but it's a minor thing, but
Thank you.
to make it correct.
Okay.
So at this board, it's just more of an informational gathering. Are we making any votes, motions at that board, any impact on?
We
what
vote.
happens? Vote on what type of topics, I guess is what I was looking for.
We vote on board issues.
Okay.
So they're a big board up there.
So we get a voice in the development
Yeah, we
board?
do we have a voice there.
Okay.
Now, Mike Glad votes, and I'm the alternate.
So if Mike wasn't there, the alternate would vote?
Right. I'd like to maintain that and keep that.
Well, the floor is open for a nomination to the primary and alternate representative. Typically, we do have an employee that would be the primary.
I'll make a motion for Mike Glad to be the primary.
Okay?
Do we do this in one?
Yeah, we just do this all in one.
And I will make a motion to have Sue Field be the alternate.
All right.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, now we need a motion and a nomination for Soil and Water Task Force primary and alternate. This one has gone back and forth looking at the history of it. Mike Ladd has always been a primary on it. Dave, you were on this for a while, then Cassie was on it, and Cassie gone now. Have you been to those meetings, Dave?
I might have went to one last year.
Okay.
Cassie made most of the meetings.
Is it something that would be beneficial for you to be at?
It's a lot of the road department supervisors and stuff there too, so.
Would it be better to have you as the primary on that, since it's all road department supervisors? Or does zoning have an impact on that?
A lot of times, I mean, even when I was backing up Mike, I would take Mike's, spot here and there too, so. I could go, I could be the primary, and it's only every quarter, so it's not like a meeting every other week, it's every quarter.
Just figuring out where people best belong, and like, is soil and water more a road issue, or is it more of a zoning issue?
They go along with ditchways, waterways, marsh landings, that kind of stuff, so
Okay. So maybe have you as the primary?
that'd be fine.
Okay. Then does it make sense to have Mike as a secondary, or would it make sense to more have a liaison as your secondary to go vote for you or speak for you?
Yeah, that would probably work out good, because, they do give a lot of good information, like farmland stuff. Yeah, no, not just because of farm, but the farmland stuff, housing development runoffs, that kind of stuff, so.
Now, I always go to the annual meeting and vote on the people that's running for positions on that board.
On the soil and water?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see who we nominate, and then we'll kind of figure that out, and who would go to that annual meeting. So, well, I'd like to make a motion to have Dave be the primary on soil and water, and Kevin as an alternate for that.
I will second.
All right, any discussion on those appointments? If not, roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, we have an Ohio BWC Safety Council members. This gives us a rebate for attending 10 out of 12 meetings, so we just need to appoint people to attend those meetings. In the past, it has been Kirsten, Holly, and Joe. Roy, do you have any input on this?
I don't.
You good with Kirsten or Joe scooting out for lunch once a month to get a rebate?
Sure.
Are you good with that, Jasmine, having Kirsten cover some of those meetings too?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion for a primary and an alternate. I don't think we need to have three members on there.
I will make a motion for Kirsten as the primary and Joe as the alternate.
We need a second.
Second.
Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, now we have Regional Planning Board appointments.
Okay, I would like to move on that one. I would like to appoint for regional planning. I would like to appoint Mike Ladd to attend that, and then I'm the alternate on it. And I very seldom ever go as the alternate.
Okay. So there's a motion on the floor for Mike to be the primary, Mike Ladd to be the primary, Sue Fields to be the alternate.
I will second. Oh.
Second, okay, you're good. Discussion, and how often are those meetings, Sue?
Monthly.
Monthly?
They're the second Wednesday of, third Wednesday of each month
Wednesday. Okay. All right.
at 4:30.
Any questions on those? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
So now we have the Kent and Jed Board.
Okay, my term is not up until 2027 with that
Your
board.
Term is 2027. Okay. So I'll make a motion to remove this from the agenda unless there's any discussion on that. So motion on the floor to remove approval of Kent and Jed Board member.
I will second.
Roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
The Thomas Jed Board, I currently sit on. My appointment just started in 26, so I'll be through 29. So that was from a motion last year. So yeah, I need a motion to remove that.
I'll make a motion to remove that.
Second, roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right, now we have the Portage County Comprehensive Plan Committee.
I would move that Mike Ladd be primary on that.
Okay. And I'd like to stay as an alternate on that, if I could.
I
And
will
Nick is the alternate.
I will second.
Okay, roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right. Now we have the Portage County Land Bank Revitalization Committee.
Right, I sit on that. If anybody else wants it, you're welcome to it. The land bank, what they do is, they look at, stressed houses, demolitions, and, there's federal money that comes in, grants that help support that. They take a house and then redo it, and then flip it and sell it and put it back on the tax, gets back on the tax roll instead of sitting there falling apart.
Do they meet monthly? Monthly meetings?
Yes, they have a monthly meeting, then they have a work session the next meeting, and then a regular meeting with the full board, and then a work session on it. But it meets once a month.
Once a month, okay. Anybody interested in serving on the land bank? Kevin, do you want to dive in on anything else, or you want to leave it with Sue?
I think we should make Mike Ladd primary and Sue be the alternate. Can I make that motion?
Well,
Or do you know?
what we're running into with his work schedule, if we change our meeting time for the township, just evening meetings for him would be 64 evening meetings. So I'm concerned, I'm glad to see that we're moving some of this stuff around for him to kind of give him some family time. Because 64 meetings, you're only working 80 hours a month for everything, 8 to 4.
160 hours a month.
Yeah, so that gets pretty heavy.
I'm good with discussion or motion on it, so. Kevin, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it goes hand in hand with zoning, so I don't,
No, it goes hand in hand in zoning, then let's keep it like it is.
Okay.
And I would be primary and Mike would be
Okay.
secondary,
if you're fine with that.
yeah.
And so, who's making that motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All right, so Sue Fields is the land bank committee primary, Mike Ladd as the backup. Roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
Now, I always give him a copy of the minutes pick up an extra copy of the minutes so that he's up to date on what's going on too. And they've actually taken a couple houses here in Brimfield and demolished them and paid for it. So we work close with them.
All right, next we got Portage County Subdivision Regulations Board. It looks like currently Mike Ladd serves on that board.
Yes, he does.
Is that a board that we want to keep him on, or would we want to move any of it around?
That's a daytime meeting,
Okay, so we want to keep Mike on that?
yeah.
All right. So is that your motion, Sue?
Yes, that's my motion.
I will second.
All right. Any discussion on subdivision regulations? Not, roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right, we got the Portage County Substance Abuse Community Coalition.
okay, I'm on that board right now. I've been on it quite a while. And the Portage County Substance Abuse Community Coalition thing, Town Hall 2 works with that. It's a big state program, and they meet at the library in Kent. And they meet every other month at 1 o'clock. It's a 1-hour meeting, and there you get to find out what the county is doing, and this board and committee, what they are doing to oversee the drug abuse in the county. They're tied in with the state, and we get a lot of information there. The county coroner usually attends those meetings too. And there's probably 20, 25 representatives that come every other month.
Okay.
So, anyway, I would like to appoint Scott to that county abuse coalition.
Second for discussion. Kevin, would you be interested in attending that?
How often were those meetings? Do you know?
Every other month for 1 hour.
That's fine.
And they're very strict on the 1 hour.
All right. So we got a motion and a second on the floor for Kevin to be on the Substance Abuse Community Coalition. So roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right. We need a motion to appoint to the Central Visitors Bureau Board. Our previous administrator was on that, so we have a vacancy there.
I filled in for that when that vacancy came.
I wouldn't mind hopping on the Visitor Bureau Board.
Okay.
So I need a motion.
They meet they meet the first Tuesday of the month at 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I will make a motion for Nick to be on the Central Visitors Bureau.
Second.
Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
And now we need a TIF board representatives. Previously, it was Mike Ladd and Holly Woods.
Okay. I would like to nominate Mike to be the primary, and also have the fire chief be the alternate. And the reason I nominate Mike is we went through all this TIF issue with the county, and it took our legal expertise and our guy that helps us. The county was not knowledgeable at all in TIFs, and so I think that was a big, heavy thing that came our way.
I think we should have a board member present in those meetings, just because of the TIF and the money there. So
Okay.
I wouldn't mind sitting on that board also.
Okay,
Instead of the fire chief, let fire chief focus on fire
okay,
and fire department growth.
all right.
So I'll need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion for Mike Ladd to be primary and Nick Goya to be alternate.
Roll call? Oh, sorry, second, I need a second.
Second,
Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right, I need a motion to approve the IRS standard for mileage reimbursement for 2026, which is 72.5 cents per mile driven for business use.
Second. Motion. Oh, you need you're
I need a
asking
motion.
for a motion.
Asking for a
Okay.
motion.
I do have my hearing aids in.
All right, so Sue's got the motion. I'll second. Roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the federal standards for the year 2026 for holiday closings and adding the day after Thanksgiving as a closing.
so moved.
Second for discussion. So we've typically given just the holidays, and then we've been back and forth on picking up other days. We did day after Thanksgiving this year, correct?
I think we added Christmas Eve this year, but you
So it's
added,
Christmas
you added a
Eve.
12th holiday.
Okay.
Well, Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday, and that means, whereas Christmas moves every year. But with it being on Thursday every year, then I would be okay with giving Friday off.
What are your thoughts, Kevin?
Yeah.
It's just for admin staff.
Yep.
So police, roads, fire employees all are by contractual agreement, so this would just be administrative staff.
Yeah, nothing's getting done the day after Thanksgiving anyhow.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion on that? If not, roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
I need a motion to approve the presented 2026 trustee meeting schedule, which would be the first and third Monday of each month at 6 PM. Need a motion first, so we can have discussion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second for discussion. Do we want to go 6 PM or 7 PM?
I think 7.
That way it gives us 6 PM to run any public hearings from 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Sue, input on this, going to Mondays in the evenings?
yeah, for discussion, for me personally, being retired, I don't have an issue with Monday. However, since we have a number of employees and our department heads, and this has been my position ever since I can think about it, is that our staff here, they're here from 8 to 4 every day. And then an evening time coming up, that just takes you away from your family. And the reason I'm going into this is I added up the evening meetings that Mike Ladd has. And the evening meetings right now is 64. If we go with this evening meeting all the time, he's going to have 64 meetings that is in his time schedule. So if he's in these meetings all this time in the evening, then what happens to his time schedule? Because he's still working at 8 to 4 during the day. And also, we have all of our fellows here. You know, there's life beyond the township. And I just think we have to come to some kind of, we've helped a little bit with our scheduling here, that we've moved things around a little bit that would help lower that. But I'm just concerned about all 9 of us coming in here for 24 meetings in the evening, in addition to the schedule that all these guys work, 8 to 4.
I think we have to remember our department heads are all salary based, so it's not an overtime issue. It's a scheduling piece for them to work around. I work a full-time job, and I think coming in the evenings, though, is important because it gives an opportunity for public to come and be part of this process, part of the government process. I've argued that for 8 years now, and I really want to see us go to evening meetings. I think it's very important.
Well, last
For our
year,
public.
we had an evening meeting, every 3 months, then we had an evening meeting. And I find just from, I come to all these meetings, I don't see any more people here at 8 o'clock in the morning than I've seen when we've had a meeting at 7 or 6 in the evening.
But it's about opportunity. It doesn't always have to be somebody here, it's about the opportunity. And we're the only township in Portage County doing this. If you look at every township in
We
Portage.
don't have to just do something because everybody else does it.
Yeah, but I think it's about making availability. I'm adamant in having evening meetings. I think it's really important. And we run this for a year, and then we can always adjust in 2027 if we need to, but I think we look at this and see what that input is. Kevin, what's your thoughts?
I have had many residents reach out and say that the 8 a.m. is not to their liking. You know, the average family in the United States works from basically 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They can't get here. And they shouldn't have to take a vacation day or a personal day to come and see me, who they're paying. That's just not fair. So I work for the residents. I've never had anybody say 8 a.m. is a good idea or any other time. So I think that evening meetings, I mean, every other township in Portage, other than Suffield, has every other during the day, but I've not had any residents say that evening meetings would not be a good idea.
I mean, we hold our zoning meetings at nighttime too. If you look at
Yes,
zoning commission, zoning appeals, they're night meetings to make it available for residents.
And also, you know, if it's just 7 p.m. is the township meeting time, that makes it more readily available. I mean, there's no question what time the meetings are because it's consistent.
Jasmine, what are your thoughts?
Well, I do use PTO when I come to meetings, so I do have to take leave from my full-time job in order to attend trustee meetings. So it does work in my favor, but I'm okay with whatever.
Okay. I do like the change to first and third Mondays too, instead of this every other, trying to figure out what week is which. Just set it up 2 meetings a month. They're kind of set in stone that way. And there are some obviously outlined changes in here where we have holidays on a Monday, but
That's understandable, but this back and forth, switching around, Tuesday here, Wednesday next time, Thursday afternoon, 11 a.m., that's,
Well, that only happened because of Mike's schedule of vacation. That's not normal that we would switch it around at different days.
yeah.
It was because of the holidays that came and the fact that his schedule was different. And I took a 1-week vacation, which I haven't had in over 6 years. And I missed a meeting because of that, but that's not normal.
the motion on the floor is first and third Mondays at 6 p.m. There could be a motion to amend that if we want to change it to that.
I'm going to make a motion to amend it to 7 p.m.
I'll second that amendment. Any further discussion? All right. Department heads, you get an opportunity to speak up too.
Fine.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a tough time with 7 p.m. meetings. I mean, it's hard for me to balance my schedule around. Even right now, I'm putting in buku hours overtime that I don't get paid for because I'm salaried for keeping the roadways open. So for me, the 7 p.m. meetings is just gonna, I wouldn't mind every other, a rotating one where you have a night and a day, like some of the other townships, but for me to come up with time to schedule around it, it's very difficult for me. So, I mean, I guess I gotta go with the flow. I mean, how many meetings do I have to make? I mean, is the question. I mean, if I don't have something that I need to have approved, but I put the stuff out on where somebody could read it off, I mean, how does that all work on that side? Because I do have, I hate to say I have grandkids that go all their softball, baseball games, so I'm not gonna miss that for a board meeting, sorry residents, but I do wanna enjoy my family too.
Well, I think I've had some discussion with Craig about this too, the fire chief. What that may look like in the future. I think right now the expectation is everybody's at board meetings. Does that mean that's not going to change in 2026 as we find, do we need department heads at every meeting? Maybe not, because it's a discussion we have down the floor. But I think it's important to have a member or an alternate there, right? So if you have an employee that is your
Well,
alternate.
then I gotta pay 3 hours overtime.
Right.
See, so now I'm adding things into my budget that I wasn't expecting. To send one of my guys in for a meeting.
And I guess part of it is, your salary, so that's part of it, right? Yeah, I get you don't get overtime, but you get a generous salary package to be in that leadership position, and you have to make those meetings work sometimes. we've reduced the number of meetings from every other week to just twice a month, so we went from 26 to 24, so we reduced that by 2. But I really think it's important to be able to have department heads to answer questions when we're here at those meetings for the board. I don't know, Kevin, Sue, what's your thoughts on
My
attendance?
thoughts is I really want to give some protection to my employees and to my board members here. I really do. I just don't, I have an issue with me of them working from 8 to 4. If they have that meeting at 8 o'clock, then that's within their scope of their employment between 8 and 4. And you're saying that a salaried person, they can just work and they don't get paid overtime.
Well, in corporate America, I work 60-hour weeks. It's
Well, I did
70,
too. I did too
right?
at one
And I'm not
time.
saying I want everybody to always work 60, 70-hour weeks, but that's the give and take of a salary position. You could go hourly with employees. I mean, in contracts, we could say, all right, we're gonna make you hourly instead of salary. And that's a gamble
Well,
for
they
them.
wouldn't
because
be
they don't have-
happy. They wouldn't be happy with that.
Kevin, what are your thoughts?
It's 2 meetings a month. It's not every day.
Right. First and third Mondays of each month.
And I think, am I wrong? Sports is not on a Monday for most part?
The younger ones, they're Monday, Wednesdays, they're all different times.
I mean, for me personally, it's not the greatest, but I make it work, right? I got kids that are in sports on Monday nights playing.
Well,
basketball.
also, I mean, I've been here a lot of years, even when Chick was the trustee and stuff.
Right.
And we did a lot of night meetings and stuff, and it'd be just us. I mean, it has, I mean, I've heard the people all the time say, well, I don't have the opportunity, but there was a lot of years we did this, where you pop in at 8 in the morning, 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, and nobody would show up. So, I mean, I see where you're going to. I mean, this gives them the opportunity, but are they gonna take the opportunity?
For me, I just feel like in 8 years, we haven't had the real opportunity. We had 1 year where we kind of did a back and forth, and then outside of that, it was, well, we'll do it every other month or once a quarter, and half of the night meetings got canceled. I'd really like to run this for a year and create those opportunities for 2026.
But I'm still looking at the evening meetings for the zoning and economic director of 64 evening meetings. I think that's excessive.
No feedback.
Whatever it is, we need to be consistent.
Yeah. All right, well, there's a motion on the floor, an amended motion on the floor that needs a vote. We'll roll call and see where it goes from there. So roll call.
Kevin?
Yes.
Did you read that?
All right, yeah, I'll read the amended motion. Approve the 2026 meeting schedule, first and third Mondays of each month at 7 PM. So roll call.
Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
No.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, that takes us through our nominations and appointment settings. Now we go into some old business with administration. We have discussed the status of the validation of securities proceedings for Brimfield administration, addition and renovation project. This is an email that was sent out to everybody. Jasmine, this is about what's going before the magistrate. Can you just give us just a highlight overview? Because they're looking for approval, and I've kind of given them the thumbs up on language as we've gone along, but now it's ready to go before the magistrate. So just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yes, so what's been going on is we have been going back and forth with Dinsmore and getting us prepared to go in front of the magistrate for the bond to be approved for. And with that, we needed some additional information from our architect, basically some square footage, dividing out the space to make sure our plan was solidified, that once we were in front of the magistrate, that it would be like a kind of no-brainer, and they wouldn't have any kind of doubt that we needed the bond. So that's what we've been up to for the most part. Now they are ready with final reviews of the documentation. Once we go over the final review, then they can proceed.
So Kevin, to catch you up, this was in reference to getting a loan to finalize the construction project and pay back the JED dollars to police, roads and fire, and also to cover the finalized construction costs.
Okay.
So it's gotta go before a magistrate for approval before we get a loan approved. And it just had to go through a process. Now they're asking, hey, are we ready to send it to them? We've not set a dollar amount. This is just the magistrate saying you can do this. Then we go to a bank and they give us the approval on the loan. And then they'll say, all right, you get up to X amount. These are what your interest rate payment terms would be. And that's when we decide how much we actually take on that bond. So it's not approving, actually taking money, it's approving getting it before the bank for approval.
Okay.
So I'd like to make a motion for Dismore to move forward with that submission to the magistrate.
So move.
I will second. Roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay. Next, we have an update here to discuss an auditor's office update related to the Brimfield Township JED and the Kent Township JED. So Jasmine, you gave me a call this week and we discussed the 2024 audit, which is currently ongoing. During that audit proceeding, the auditor identified misuse or unallowable JED M&I fund distribution, meaning funds were paid out of the Joint Economic Development District's Maintenance and Improvement Fund for uses that were not covered under the agreement. Is that pretty much correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And some of those discussions happened with the prior fiscal officer before you were in office. You stated that Michelle had talked with John Dazell about this and told him that we couldn't use the funds in this manner, correct?
Correct.
And then he still went ahead and made the payments that way. So because he was notified by both them and council not to do that, we have to move the funds back into the JED fund line, correct?
Correct.
All right. So essentially what happened is money was spent out of the JED. We were told not to spend it that way. The fiscal officer spent it out of those funds instead of the department funds. Those departments have now had to pay that money back into the JED M&I fund. So the money's still there.
Right.
It's just now sitting in the maintenance and improvement fund.
Correct.
So that then creates a shortfall in some of those budget line items.
Correct.
Okay. So I talked, oh good.
So we're short on money again because of this?
Yes. So fire, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. Jasmine, do you kind of have where we're standing?
Yes,
at?
I do.
I just have the expenditures.
The main two of concern will be fire in general. General fund is currently standing at negative $53,020.24. Fire is at approximately a little over 50,000 currently.
So are you saying negative 50,000 going into the 2026?
That's general. General fund is. Fire is not. Fire is positive 50. So about 50,000 going into, well, beginning of 2026.
15?
50.
50.
50.
Oh, wow. We got 50. It's
Don't
better.
spend it.
No, it's actually better than what I thought.
Now, with that said, we're in compliance mode because we do have funds that are in the bank accounts.
So-
compliance mode allows us to spend.
Yeah, so
payroll
actually
and all
they
that.
remove compliance mode. So when we go into UAN system, typically what compliance mode does typically is when you go to with use funds. So let's say, for example, to pay payroll and there's actually not enough money in your fund, a warning will come up.
Okay.
But now that we have this issue, they've taken compliance mode off. So now that we can operate in the negative, in the deficit, only for a few months, so we can get this under control.
Okay. And that gets us to our first draw from the county.
Correct.
To reset the accounts at that.
Yes.
Okay.
I am hopeful with our first JID coming in, hopefully this month, by the end of this month, we may look at it might help us get a little bump. Yeah, we most definitely will probably still be operating out of negative, not as much once we get that JED disbursement. But, yeah, well, that's how we'll be operating for the next couple months.
So to understand what the auditor had said, is that the bulk of this was the purchase of equipment, meaning vehicles. And we were not to purchase vehicles, is what we were told.
Correct, correct.
And so I was under the assumption we could, because we had been told multiple times by fiscal that we could purchase vehicles out of maintenance improvement. And I think, Roy, you built your budget that way.
Yeah.
With that understanding.
Sure we did.
So, looking at that, I had a conversation with Deemer and Associates about, okay, what are our options going forward based on the conversation I had with you? You said that the auditor suggested we go back to the JED board and ask for a language change in the JED agreement related to maintenance and improvement.
Correct.
Talking with Deemer and Associates, they said we can do that. The process would be to hear from the board, we want to make a change to that. They would reach out on our behalf to Talmadge, because we don't really need to do it with Talmadge and Kent. I think we're going to get more pushback from Kent. Talmadge would be the easier road, and that's where the bulk of the money is.
Okay.
We would reach out to Talmadge's law director from our attorney. They would come up with a draft motion that would be identical in language for Talmadge and us. Both boards would have to vote and approve the language change within 90 days of each other. Then that JED board would come together and accept that language change. And that would allow us then to retroactively put the money back into those accounts. So there's a path forward, we just got to do it the legal way.
Right.
And so that's why I asked for this to be on here, is A, to update everybody where we stand with that financial hiccup that we're dealing with. And B, to ask the board, do we want to take that process? Do we want to go back to the JED board and ask for language change specific to the maintenance and improvement fund usage so that it could include vehicles, equipment for maintenance and under maintenance and improvement? So that's my question to the board.
I would like to make that motion so that will happen.
Okay. What's
I
your
will
thoughts?
second.
All right, so we got a motion and a second on the floor to send that back to Talmadge JED, to see if we can get that language change.
Before you vote on that, can I, quick question?
Yeah.
So just for clarity, so the funds that were expended in 2024 that were identified as unallowable use of M&I,
Yep.
those funds have been pulled from the respective department account to account for those 2024 purchases, is that correct?
Correct.
And that has been placed back into the JED?
Correct.
Now we have a path where we're going to go forward with the potential change to the agreement with Talmadge to have those funds then retroactively come back out, so they would then, in essence, be returned back to the department account. So am I understanding the process correctly? We're basically just in this,
Yeah.
what looks like it's going to be a temporary mode for the correction. Am I assessing that correctly?
Yeah, so talking
Correct.
with Mark, we're gonna have retroactive language in there, because this was found in 24. So we may still have, and I don't know, Jasmine, if you looked at it, we may have 25 funds that get pulled out of maintenance and
Right.
improvement. Or out of your fund that go back to maintenance and improvement yet, because we haven't done 25's audit.
Okay.
This was based on 24's findings.
Okay.
That's correct.
But it would be made retroactive, so if this is corrected for 2024, the same correction would happen for 2025 then,
It
correct?
would be, yeah, it would be retroactive to January 1 of 2024 moving forward, so we would forever be able to do this.
Okay, just wanna make
So
sure.
we wouldn't even have to move the money if we get this done quick
Yeah.
enough in 2026.
Okay, just want to make sure I was understanding the process correctly.
Right.
Yeah, so the goal is to get the money back there.
And just to add on to what Chief had said, I assume the board is still under the path of continuing to pay for the things that was promised.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Meaning
my
the
stance.
Cruisers, because that was, the ambulance that was coming was promised out of the M&I fund.
Yes.
And if that now is not allowable, which I know we're trying to make a path forward, I gotta cancel an ambulance.
Right.
I mean, I don't have the money, as we can see, so I don't think we wanna go there, but
I mean, that's my stance, is I think that's,
that has.
we need to
it
use
has
this
to get
JED
done.
money
I don't have
as
the
much
money.
as we can for police, roads, and fire, right? I mean, that's the whole intent of it. We're inundated with calls, road maintenance, fire calls, police calls, because of the development. That money needs to be as much dispersed to police and fire as we possibly can, and that includes that maintenance improvement fund. We just have to get Talmadge to agree to that language usage for maintenance improvement.
Because I know Nick and you and I would discuss, coming beyond that is a fire engine, which now is significant cost.
Right.
In the future, so I hope we're on the same path. I know we are, I want to say it out loud that I have to have those funds. I have to, so.
further discussion on that?
I don't see a reason why Talmadge wouldn't agree to that.
I don't see a reason that they wouldn't either. I mean, the money is gonna get spent in Brimfield, so
Yeah.
that was the intention behind the jet.
And did I hear you correctly that he was told not to do it?
Is that?
That is correct.
Okay.
All right, so we got a motion, a second on the floor to move forward with this. Deemer and Associates would head it up just because they know the jet already. They know the whole language. They can draft this pretty quickly. So roll call.
Kevin?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes.
Motion pass.
All right, we also have under new business, we need to set an inventory meeting. This is a statutory piece. We have to hold inventory the second Monday of the month. So I'd like to make a motion to have Brimfield Township inventory meeting on Monday, January 12th at 7 PM.
Second.
No.
I make the motion.
You make the motion?
I
All
make
right.
the motion.
I'll second.
Now for discussion, just to clarify this, because I did pull up the law on this, because this is always a discussion every year. The inventory meeting is to accept the completed inventory. So what we're looking for is for each department to submit to the Board of Trustees a completed inventory sheet. And it's to be accepted by the board stating this is the equipment that we have, this is the materials we have, at that meeting. So it's not just to review it, it's the completed inventory is accepted at that meeting.
Okay, so
So I need
the way we've done it in the past, and let me just correct this, we've submitted before the 12th.
Yep. So you can email to the
Right.
board, email the board members the inventory, so if we have any questions, we can ask you before the meeting instead of at them,
Well,
to kind of prep for the meeting.
But I thought if I remember this, we accepted at the 12th for you to review by the next meeting.
So we have to, the way the law reads, that's why I looked
Yeah,
into
let's just
this.
make sure it's right.
Yeah, so fiscal understands, because this is really a fiscal piece. We have to accept the inventory into your records at the second Monday of January. every
Okay.
year. So we can't say, oh, we accept it for review and then approve it. We have to
Yes.
approve it on the second Monday is what the law states. So before John had us get the inventory.
Right, I don't
and
think it
then
was
approve
done right.
Correct. We need to approve it on the 12th. So what I'm telling you is, everybody needs to have everything to us for discussion on the 12th. And
So
we
do
will
you-
approve it on the 12th.
So do you want it Friday you know?
You got a
You know what I
week.
mean?
You got a week to get it done, is what I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want it before to be accepted on the 12th or no?
I mean, it's nice
As
if we
long
can
as
look at it. Can you, I know this is a big push for everybody, but we do have previous year's sheets. Can we get it to the board by Wednesday? Close of business on Wednesday?
I don't know about that. I gotta see, because I have people doing it.
Roy, where are
I
you
would
at
say
with
if I could get it to you
inventory?
by Friday.
Yeah, usually that's pretty, we kind of keep track of that along through the year, so there shouldn't be a lot of heavy lifting to get that done. As for what's over here for admin inventory, did you work on that in the past, Joe, at all? Did you have any input on that?
I've only done the IT stuff.
Okay.
We have the other, the largest department that has inventory to be parks, so I got to figure out who's reviewing if parks actually looked at anything.
Because as far as over here on this piece, that's kind of a moving target right now, so we'll do the best we can with it, but
If we try to get it to us by Wednesday, get as much of them to us as we can. I understand the admin piece, we can get it to us by Friday, but we have to accept it on the 12th. That's just, it's not a date that we make up, it's just, that's under the ORC piece.
Joe's gonna be on vacation on next week.
Joe, how close are you on inventory?
For me, we didn't really add anything this year, so it
Okay.
could be a copy paste from last year. From an IT standpoint, we didn't add any new, we may have reassigned the existing assets, but
Can you try to get that to Roy by the end of today before you bounce out of here?
we have that done today.
Okay, sorry to put that on you last minute, but I looked at it, I want to make sure we do it right.
It is what it is.
Okay, I appreciate you doing that.
Could they not get that to us Monday morning?
Yeah, I mean, we can look at it Monday morning too, it's just whenever you want to review it.
I mean,
it's the time to review
if
it.
they need more time, I mean, Monday morning, we have till 7 PM.
Yeah, okay,
Does that help anybody?
does that work? Okay. Roy, if you need some help over here going through things, let me know. I got some time this week
Okay.
coming up. I can come over and
What-
help inventory.
What time do you want to do that meeting on the 12th?
It'd be 7 PM.
Oh, it'd be an evening meeting?
Yeah. That gives us the day to get everything done.
Okay.
Does that help you, Roy?
We'll see.
If we can all dive in if we need to and do inventory.
Yep. If you need help, let me know.
And we're still on the, just to be clear, we're still on the same path, anything over 500.
Yeah,
It's
so
higher dollar.
it's not everything, we're not counting pens. It's value we had set at $500 or higher. Or safety sensitive, for example, I think, Roy, you had badges on there, even though they're under 500, it was considered a sensitive item.
So it's not everything.
Yeah, you're not counting every
No.
shovel on the
Right.
truck. All right, so we got a motion, a second on the floor to hold that meeting on Monday, January 12th at 7 PM for inventory.
All
Roll
right.
call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right, and then we move into fire. You have a donation?
Yeah, 2 donations. I usually leave those anonymous. I had a $40 donation and a $100 donation. Those have been given to Jasmine already, so I just need
And
acceptance.
how much was the first one?
A $40
40,
and then
okay.
a $100 donation, so a total of
Oh.
$140. Just need those
Well,
accepted.
thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept those donations to the fire departments.
I will second.
And then you send out thank you letters.
They don't want them,
Okay.
so they put in there clearly that no thank you needed.
Okay. All right, we got a motion, a second. Roll call?
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed.
We got one last item.
Yep, and then an unfortunate item, one of my firefighters has put in his resignation. Alex Wayne is moving on from being a firefighter with Brimfield Township and has moved into another position. He has been here almost 6 years, but he has turned in his resignation letter effective January 19th of 2026. So again, that is Alex Wayne, and I need acceptance of his resignation.
We'll make a motion to accept Alex Wayne's resignation.
Second.
We have a motion, second. Comments? I know Alex has been a big asset to your
Yeah,
department.
I mean, love to have him back if he ever made the decision to come back. He's choosing actually a different career path altogether. So, something he's always wanted to do, and I encourage him to try it and see if that works for him, but I hope he comes back to us, so, someday.
I know that he's done a lot for the fire department,
Yeah.
so thank you, Alex, for your years of service.
But, do we need a roll call?
Yep, so now we need a roll
Yep.
call.
All right. Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
And just small additional comment on that, I will be posting right away for a full-time position on that. So that'll be going out right away to fill Alex's position. So
Okay.
that will be a fill immediately.
All right. Moves us into the good of the order. Anything else for the good of Brimfield Township? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Kevin,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
motion passed. Meeting ended.
Thank you.
9:23.